May 1943, Auschwitz, he slithers in. Not a doctor, a coward in a clean uniform. His name was Josef Mengele. The prisoners called him the Angel of Death, but there was nothing angelic about him. He was a fraud. Every train that stopped, Mengele was there playing God with a white glove. Right, slave labor. Left, gas. But he was hunting something specific. Children, twins. Mengele had degrees in medicine and philosophy, and he used them to lie. He would look parents in the eye and say, "I will take care of them." For science. Then he gave the children candy. He smiled while he condemned them. Inside Block 10 he had his little chamber of horrors. He called it a laboratory. It was a butcher shop. Almost no one walked out to describe it. The records were burned in 1945 because even the Nazis were ashamed of him. His so-called science saved no one. It was vanity. It was sadism dressed as medicine. January 1945, the Soviets are coming. The hero doctor runs. He rips off his uniform. He steals a dead soldier's papers. He disappears like every coward does when the real soldiers show up. 1949, new fake name, Helmut Gregor. He crawls onto a ship to Argentina. He smiles at immigration, the same fake smile he gave the children. In Germany, he was the most wanted monster alive. In Argentina, he hid behind a pharmacy counter, selling pills. Pathetic. 1959, Israel grabs Eichmann in Buenos Aires. Mengele panics. He runs again, Paraguay, then Brazil. Another fake name, Wolfgang Gerhard. He buys a small farm and hides. For 35 years he lived like an animal in a hole. He was not free. He was hunted. He had no friends, only people he lied to. He could not use his real name. He could not see his family. He jumped at every knock on the door, while his victims' mothers knocked on doors looking for children who never came home. That is not a life. That is a prison he built himself. February 7th, 1979. Bertioga Beach, Sao Paulo. Josef Mengele, 67 years old, wades into the water alone. He has a stroke. He drowns face down like the rat he was. No family, no honor, no doctor to save him. They bury him under a fake name in a cheap grave. For 6 years the world thought the monster was still out there. In 1985 they dug him up. DNA proved it was him. The most hunted man in history died terrified, alone and worthless. Of the 3,000 twins he tortured, only 200 survived. Most were children. He stole their lives, their families, their futures. He died an old coward on a beach. They died young. In a camp screaming for mothers he lied to. That is not getting away with it. That is rotting for 35 years in fear. Justice was late. But hate is not. We remember his name only to spit on it. We do not forgive. And we make sure monsters like him never get 35 years to hide again. Never again. Subscribe for more World War II justice.